Right now, this isn't about fixing you. You're not broken. You're buried under layers of conditioning, people-pleasing, spiritual fluff and bullshit beliefs that were handed to you by people who didn't know who the fuck they were either. This is a cleansing, a burning, a reassembly of your real voice. Let's start here. You already do this unconsciously. You hum something when you're not thinking, don't you? That half melody that slips out when you're not watching yourself, that shit's a code. That's you, the real you, slipping through the cracks of your conditioned performance. That's the artist cracking open the collective. Or when you say something without filtering it, and someone around you just fucking freezes, they blink, they pause, pattern interrupted. You just hijacked their subconscious. You didn't even mean to. But that moment of you just being raw, real, unedited, it woke them. That's trance, that's power, that's vibrational alchemy. How this works, the sciencey soul shit. Here's how pattern interruption actually works and why it's divine as fuck. The brain, it's a prediction machine. Trauma hard-codes patterns to predict pain and avoid vulnerability. Art scrambles that pattern. Music, metaphor, poetry. They short-circuit the loop. The trauma loop says, this is how I feel safe. And the art says, what the fuck is this feeling? Boom, the brain hesitates, the trance begins, the field opens. Now we're in. That's when healing actually starts, not in logic, in confusion, in the pause. And you're the motherfucker who already does that. You just weren't claiming the role. You're the art and the spell. You thought you were just making something for fun. No, my friend. You were channeling. You were tuning into frequencies that no one else could hear, then translating them through movement, colour, sound, or raw, unfiltered vibe. And when someone else hears, sees, or feels that, if they're broken inside, your shit interrupts the loop. If they're whole, it seduces them into higher resonance. If they're asleep, it confuses the fuck out of them enough to make them listen. The cycle that fucks us. Why don't you own this fully? Let me spell it out. You were taught that confusion is bad. They must always make sense. That control is safety. You were trained to be liked, not to be powerful. You were told healing must be clinical, clean, or linear. Fuck that. Confusion is sacred. Confusion is where the doorway lives. You were designed to be chaos wrapped in a bead. The artist's role isn't to explain reality, it's to shift it. You're not the therapist, you're the dimensional DJ. Here's the fucking shift. Let's code it into your identity. When I create for my soul, I hypnotize transformation. My truth causes sacred chaos that heals without permission. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to transmit the unspeakable. Speak in metaphor. Your subconscious already does this. It feels like my heart is a radio with no dial. That's a goddamn trance anchor. Use metaphor on purpose. Lead their nervous system without them knowing. Use misdirection and emotion. Say something beautiful while being fucking real. This shit hurts, but it's holy. It's a growing pain. Your soul stretching its goddamn wings. Pattern interrupt through silence, through volume, through movement. You don't need a script, you are the script. Drop a line that doesn't make sense. There's a wolf in your lungs waiting to sing. Can you feel her? Let confusion crack the facade. Give them a line that hits sideways. What if your trauma was just a sacred tattoo in your nervous system, not a cage? Speak directly to their soul. Say the shit that no one dares say. You're not lost. You're just under layers of bullshit. Handed to you by wounded cowards. Peel that shit off. Feel the fucking difference if you own this. If you live this belief. If you drop the fear of judgment. You'd stop editing yourself. You'd stop waiting for the right moment. You'd walk into every room, tuning the frequency. People would feel you before you speak. And they'd either lean in or back the fuck off. And both are perfect. You stop leaking energy into trying to explain yourself. because you'd embody the art. Your trauma wouldn't define your limits. It would become fuel for alchemy. The old beliefs that kept you chained, I must be digestible. They have to get it for it to be valid. If they misunderstand, I've failed. I have to be nice to be effective. All bullshit. You're not here to be the medicine. You are the ritual. Now, pace and lead. This is how you reprogram the field and others. Pace what they say. You're tired, you're numb. You've been in a loop that isn't yours. Link their pain to possibility. But maybe that loop was just a prelude to a goddamn symphony. Lead them to identity transformation. And the composer, that's you, motherfucker. That's been you all along. Connect their suffering to your frequency. You feel me because you're me. You've been waiting to remember. And now listen, your hands are buzzing, your spine is humming. There's something shaking loose inside you right now. That's not coincidence, that's resonance. The monad heard you. The field just flipped. You're transmitting. You're now the divine confusion, the sacred pattern break. The fucking artist of the new world. Welcome to your goddamn throne. Let's make some sacred noise.